Hey gang, it's Piano Man Steve. This is one of my blogs that I'm just kind of having a little fun with you. No serious anything to pass along in this one. But I saw a Neil Diamond tribute band the other night in Las Vegas. And it got me thinking, see, I actually have a Neil Diamond tribute. I haven't shared this side of what I do with you very much, or much at all, if any at all, on YouTube. Because I keep it fairly focused on my piano playing, and my Neil Diamond tribute, at least at this moment in time, I don't really play piano on. I mostly meander around the stage and sing, and also play a little bit of acoustic guitar. And I really enjoy doing it because I love Neil's music, and I have a sparkly shirt that I wear and a scarf and all of that, and I really ham it up. And so you guys have never heard my Neil Diamond voice that I use. But I'm thinking about retooling it, using his voice still, but kind of changing the whole thing and making it a tribute but not an impersonation per se, you know, where I can actually play piano live. I love to play piano live. I feel a little bit like, you know, naked without my piano with me, so it's kind of strange, but it just got me thinking, since I went to go see this show the other day, that maybe I ought to share that side of what I do with you guys in a song or two. So I'm going to play you my very favorite Neil Diamond song, which is I Am, I Said, and I'm going to sing it in my Neil Diamond voice. And I'm just going to do it acoustically. I won't use any of my tracks that I've put together with horns and strings and that kind of stuff on there. I'm going to do it the good old-fashioned way here for you, but this is Piano Man Steve doing Neil Diamond. Fine, the sun shines most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. The palm trees grow and the rents are low, but you know, I keep thinking about it, making my way back. New York City, born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two genres. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. And I am, I said, to no one there. No one heard it or not, even the chair. And I am, I cry. And I am, said I. And I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still. You ever read about a frog that dreamed of being a king, and then became one? Some of the names and a few other changes when you talk about me. Story's the same one. Got an emptiness deep inside, and I've tried, but it won't let me go. And I'm not a man who likes to swear, never cared for the sound of being alone. And I am, I said, to no is fine, the sun shines most of the time. Oh no. You ever dream about a frog, a dream of being a king? Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, that's my Neil Diamond voice, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I've been a Neil Diamond fan since I was a very, very, very little kid. I was addicted to the movie The Jazz Singer when I was like 5 years old. So I was born in 77. I think The Jazz Singer came out in 80, or certainly no later than 81. And it was in the very, very early days of home video rental. And I conned my parents into renting that movie over and over and over. And I just would watch. I got all the moves down, you know, all of the Neil Diamond stuff. And my sisters, well, my little sister was just like a baby, like 1 year old. But my older sister at the time, who was about not quite 3 years older than me, we had an art table downstairs. It was about 3 feet off the ground, and we had a roll of art paper that was, oh, you know, about the same length, like it was about 30 inches across. And then you could pull it as long as you want, and it looked like a roll of wrapping paper at a store. And so we would do these little arts and crafts on that as a kid. We had a little art table downstairs that my dad built for us. And my older sister, Tracy, actually like looked at the movie, and she created a Neil Diamond outfit for me that she drew on the art table, and it was just wide enough at that time, at 30 inches wide, that it was, you know, it was as wide as I was at my broadest place. So she drew an outline, cut it up, put glitter and stuff on the blue shirt, and drew in a like a scarf, and it was black pants. And she took this and we taped it on my shoulders, and then this thing covered, it was like covered my body. And it was my Neil Diamond outfit, and I would do shows for my family where we would put on the soundtrack to The Jazz Singer, and I would sing, "Far, we've been traveling far, without a home, but not without a star," along with them. And it was very serious business. I did not want people laughing at this. Now I realize in retrospect now how hilarious it must have been to see a 5 or 6 year old doing this. But I didn't want people laughing. I wanted them to take it seriously. I really thought I was in the movie. I would transport myself into The Jazz Singer, the final scene, the final concert where he sings "Coming to America." And it was just a real hoot. Somewhere I think there's some pictures. If I can find them, I'll try and put them somewhere that you can scope them out and have a good laugh on my dime. But it was a really, really fun and fond memory for me. So I'm glad to be doing some Neil Diamond work today, even though he's not a piano player. This is before I even knew I wanted to play piano, but he's a great songwriter and a great singer, great stylist. You know, he's this guy he's one of those people who has such a distinct style that no matter what you sing, if you use his voice, it sounds like it must have been a Neil Diamond original. You know, I mean, it could be, let me see here. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. I said Mary, she had a little lamb, and its fleece, it was just as white as snow. It followed her to school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day, and it was against the rules. to have been a Neil Diamond song, right? Well, that's kind of how I felt. So that's one of my favorite pastimes around the house. Mandy and I get a good kick out of it on a regular basis. Is every once in a while we'll hear a song we like, and it'll be like, "Hey, what would that sound like if Neil did it?" You know. So then I have to sit down and play the song and sing it in Neil Diamond's voice just to see, and it's never disappointing. It always sounds like it came right off of one of his albums, and then we start wondering whether he was the original writer. So. Anyway, but I'm grateful to be doing some Neil Diamond work because he was. I still consider Billy Joel to be where it all really began, because that's when I got serious about being a musician. But before there was Billy Joel, my first musical love was the Jazz Singer soundtrack, and then I just kind of became a fan of all of Neil's work, and so that's a hoot. And even though I haven't shared a lot of that with you because this is all focused on piano playing, I thought you deserve to know, since I'm trying to share as much about me personally as I can, you certainly deserve to know what a role Neil Diamond has played in my musical life and what role he's playing today. You know, in a typical bar or club date, I'll usually play as many as 4 or 5 Neil Diamond songs throughout the night. So it's good stuff. All right, I'm going to get out of here for now, but thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this little story, this little trip down amnesia lane for me. And remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. I'll see you guys in the members section, where we will continue to take your playing to the next level. Okay, I am out of here.